Alright, here with the guys from Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, and of course The World's End. Epic film, great way to end it. Was there a feeling that this was more of a bigger canvas to paint on this time round?
I think so. Yeah, we wanted it to be like a spectacular denouement. So we tried to kind of like not wimp out on the title, basically.
Does this feel like the kind of conclusion to a journey that really began with Spaced rather than just Shaun of the Dead, do you think?
I don't know about that. I think it's a good question. I think it doesn't, because the Spaced was the beginning of our working relationship, and I hope that will continue until we stop working or are unable to work due to infirmity. But 3 years. This film is definitely the last in a series of films which started with Shaun of the Dead, because they are all are within a certain criteria. They're all set in the UK. They're all set now. They all follow certain themes about growing up, about friendship, about individuality. They all feature a cornetto, obviously. The next thing we do together won't have to feature any of those things, but it will still be a continuation of what we started with Space. So I think Spaced was a beginning, but World's End is not the end of that.
How does it make the working relationship with having worked with all of these guys for a long time, all the different actors who appear and drop in and drop out, is that easy for you guys to gel back into it, or is it harder for you to kind of control?
No, I think actually one of the things that we did with this movie is we wrote parts for people that we wanted to work with. So Martin Freeman is in Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz in smaller roles, but we really felt like we wanted to give him a much bigger role in this one. Paddy Considine we'd worked with on Hot Fuzz, and we wanted to write another role for him. And then the two new people, Eddie Marzan and Rosamund Pike. Nick had worked with Eddie before, so it was a nice kind of mix of like sort of regulars and new people, but they're all great actors and all of the same age, and they just lock in together as an ensemble, which is great.
There's also that thing that we are, we're professional. I hate to say professional actors, but we're all professional people. So
you get paid for this?
Yeah, I mean, yes, I did get paid. So we're not like mating pandas at the zoo. We don't need to be put in separate enclosures and we sniff each other's musk for a while and then we decide whether or not we like each other.
Thanks for the visual image there.
Yeah, you can have a panda sniffing my musk. We jump in and we get involved, and that's part of it.
We have a shorthand now, which is good. I mean, because we've worked together so much, the three of us at least have a very easy communicative relationship, in terms of what we need from each other, particularly what Edgar needs from us. And I think that helps, that feeds down into the rest of the cast as well. We have a way of doing things, and it gets things done.
We deal with front of house. Simon and I.
Fair enough. You should give me that intimidating stare on quote.
It's not intimidating, that's my making love one.
Which leads nicely into the action sequences in this film. Is this the launch of Nick Frost, action hero of this film, do you think?
Yeah, maybe. I really enjoyed it, I played rugby for many, many years, and I kickboxed as well, so I like the rough and tumble. I think any day you can leave set after being punched in the head, or you get that lovely sympathy from the girls saying, God, are you all right? So, I love all that business. So it was a treat for me to, spend day upon day just punching brawny Hungarian stuntmen.
Was it a challenge for you, Edgar, to direct all that? I mean, the action sequences are fantastic. They're so well choreographed and frenetic.
Well, the great thing about it was actually I was working with we were working with our usual kind of crew, except for two people that I brought in from Scott Pilgrim, which was Bill Pope, the director of photography, and Brad Allen, who's our Australian stunt maestro. And what we did was basically designed fights around everybody's like skill set. So what I'm very proud of in the movie is the fact that these guys and Martin Freeman and Paddy, Eddie, Roz are all doing nearly all of their own stunts, and that they worked out the choreography that like fit everybody's talents. So yeah, I think that's what people will get a kick out of with the fight scenes, is that you think, wow, the actors are really doing it.
And just finally, I mean, it's the end of a beginning, perhaps. How do you think the trilogy will be? What do you want the legacy of the trilogy to be, each of you?
For me, I like the fact that we completed something, and something that could be seen as a set of movies. We always like the idea of creating a series of sort of tonal sequels, that that weren't the same characters or same story, but had links with each other, and also, you know, the fact that there's a joke in that takes place across 3 films with the vaulting the fence gag, which kind of, you know, works as a 3-part joke across 3 disparate films. That for me gives me a great sense of achievement, you know, that we've actually managed to complete something which we can put that away now. That's a box set, and I'm very proud of it.
Edgar?
Yeah, what I'm very sort of proud of is that we made like a zombie film, a cop film, and a sci-fi film, but they essentially became Trojan horses for us to make like comedies about our relationships. And so they're all like films about friendships, and I like the aspect that we managed to do these genre films and make them quite personal comedies at the same time.
And just finally, Nick, because you gave me the come on eyes on, let's you have the last word.
I think I'm very proud that we've made 3 films that will. It's going to sound like I'm blowing smoke up my own arse, but you know, we've made 3 films that people will enjoy forever, until, you know, the format of film is old and dead. But you know, like when I watched With Nail and I as a 16-year-old, someone said, "Hey, have you seen this film?" And now it's another film that I say to someone, "Have you ever seen With Nail and I?" You know, I think we've made 3 films that people will have that relationship with, which is, you know, I think if you have to weigh up a huge box office or films that last forever, you know, I think I'd rather huge box office. But you see what I'm, you know what I'm getting at.
And the fans thank you for that. Brilliant, thank you.
Thank you very much.